Let's all rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks, everybody. First thing we have on the agenda, as usual, is approval of the minutes from last week, and Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any questions, changes, corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Bids under advisement, we have a Columbian Park neighborhood ramp project that's under advisement. New business, we'll go to engineering.
Good morning. Eric Felix, engineering planner. The first two items this morning are related to Trees Meadow concrete project, phase one that we opened a seal quote for last week. The scope of this project is a full depth concrete patching throughout the neighborhood in preparation for an asphalt overlay. Our lowest response quote was from Dixon Construction in the amount of $197,469. So first, we have a contract with Dixon Construction in the amount of $197,469, and we are recommending that the board approve this contract.
Thank you. So Chair, entertain a motion to approve this award for Trees Meadow Concrete Project Phase 1 to Dixon Construction. Second?
Second.
And that's the contract also. So it's moved in, not only the award, but it's moved in the contract. So we have a motion and a second to approve the contract. Any questions about that? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have a notice to proceed for a project, which is effective immediately. We're recommending that the board issue a notice to proceed to Dixon.
Chair, entertain a motion to approve the notice to proceed in the same project.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you.
And then lastly, we have a change order number 2 on the Creasy Lane Community Crossing Grant Project. Essentially, during construction, we realized that the condition of a Creasy Lane and South Street intersection was not ideal for placing a new pavement marking. So we just directed the contractor to add the paving of this intersection as part of a project. And there were also some additional skip pavement markings that were added as part of this change order for that intersection improvement. So the amount of a change order is $105,272, which brings the overall contract amount to $2,099,087.40. And this represents a total change order percentage of 8.9.
Okay, this, Chair, entertain a motion to approve change order number 2 on this. This is the project. Which project are we talking about here?
I'm sorry, the Creasy Lane.
Creasy, okay. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
This is change order number 2 in the amount of $105,272. And is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Anybody have any questions? Yes.
Yes, question, I'm sorry. If I'm reading this right, and maybe I'm wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I think this change order is for $99,575, and we have a previous one that was $67,000.
So the previous change order that was $67,046 was for the additional curb and gutter that we did, whereas this is strictly related to the South Street intersection.
Okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
No worries.
Okay, no problem. Any other questions? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lafayette Housing Authority.
Michelle Reynolds, Lafayette Housing Authority. I'm here to amend the PY 25 agreement with Tippecanoe Senior Services for their SHARP project. I need to extend it to December of this year. It expired June 30th. They have a balance of about $8,800. So they provide home repair assistance for seniors in the Lafayette community. Kara has reviewed and approved the document.
Okay, so this is an extension of the time frame to December 31st, 2026 for
Yes.
this, for the Tippecanoe Senior Services. All right, Chair, entertain a motion to approve this extension, time extension. Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Anybody have any questions on that? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thanks,
Thank you.
Michelle. Thank you. Next we have claims.
We have a lot of claims. Good morning, Jeremy Deal, City Controller. Controller's Office has reviewed claims totaling $25,767,209.83. I request the board's approval.
Chair, entertain a motion to approve the claims.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Questions on claims?
I didn't have
A lot of debt
that
payments.
much money, yeah.
Semi-annual.
Well, again, you're talking about July 1st, quarterly payments, those types of things. are-
Semi-annual, yep.
Yeah, so,
You took a week off.
and you took a week off.
We did, yeah, well, I didn't. Most of my staff did.
Any question? Rick?
No.
Okay. We have no questions on the claims. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we have a miscellaneous banner request for the Art Museum. Chair, entertain a motion to approve the banner request.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor of that, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Thank you. We'll adjourn for a few minutes. We have an animal appeal hearing that'll take place in a few minutes. Thanks.
Yes.
Becky?
We are here today on an appeal of a impoundment of an animal owned by Aurora Valentina Gonzalez. She has appealed the impoundment of her two animals, Ghost and Gordo. As usual, we will start with asking Chief ACO Officer Goins to come up, and I will ask her a few questions about the incident. Good morning. Can you state your name and title?
Sarah Goins, Chief Animal Control Officer for Lafayette.
And as an animal control officer, do you have training in regarding heat-related distress in dogs?
Yes, ma'am. We received some training through the Code 3 Associates modules that we go through, also the National Animal Care and Control Association, and then just field training as well.
Okay. And you've had prior experiences with heat-related calls and animals in the past, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And were you dispatched to 2211 North 24th Street on June 29th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what was the weather like when you arrived?
It was roughly 90 degrees, and due to the humidity and other factors, the real feel was around 100 to 102 degrees that day.
And was there an active heat advisory at the time?
There was.
So what did you observe when you first arrived at the property and saw the animals?
I located two pit mix type dogs in the backyard. A smaller dog, gray in color, was laying in a small strip of shade that the garage was providing, panting heavily, and laying down seemed very uncomfortable. And then there was a larger tan and white dog in the backyard as well. And he was just wandering around but panting and seemed very uncomfortable.
So the two dogs, the larger one I believe is Ghost. Can you more specifically describe Ghost's condition?
Ghost was the small,
okay, sorry.
Yep, the small gray dog. So he's what we would call like a micro bully, or he's possibly like a bulldog pit mix of some kind. But he was in more distress than the larger dog. Most of this is due to him having a short snout. And narrow airways. He can't breathe well when the weather is that hot and the humidity is that high. He would walk a little bit, he would walk up to the fence, and then he would lay down again. And he wouldn't stop panting, and you could hear him just kind of like, I don't know, making that really heavy panting noise.
Did he appear to be in distress at the time?
He did.
Okay. What about the other animal?
Gordo was the larger dog. He was faring slightly better than Ghost was, but he was the same way. He was just constantly pacing the fence and panting. He did walk over to the water bowls a couple of times, but he didn't drink from them.
Okay. So actually, that's the next question. What did you observe about available water at the site?
There were 4 like stainless dog food bowls of water in the backyard, but all of them were in direct sunlight. And 2 of them were maybe halfway full, and the other 2 I couldn't tell because they were further back in the yard, but they were sitting in direct sunlight.
And so you discovered the bowls of water, but in direct sunlight, so the water temperature would have been too warm to consume.
Yeah, there was one sitting close enough to the fence that I could reach my hand through and feel, and I couldn't really leave my hand in there too long. I mean, it wasn't boiling hot, obviously, but it was too uncomfortable to leave my hand in it.
Okay. So what did you do after discovering the condition of the water or lack thereof?
I dumped the bowl out, and there was a hose run from the side of the house, so I turned it on and let the water run for a little bit till it was cool, and then filled the bowl up about halfway so that both dogs could get a drink, which they both went right to the water bowl and were trying to drink out of the hose as well.
Okay. So did you first attempt to contact the residents inside?
I did. I attempted contact at the front door that faces the street several times, and then I moved to the driveway, tried to knock on the side door again. A neighbor did come out and tell me that she didn't think anybody was home. And then due to not being able to make contact at the house, I had dispatch run the plate on the car that was sitting in the driveway, and they didn't have there was no phone number attached to the plate.
So what factors did you consider in your decision of impounding and removing the dogs for their safety?
So anytime we are under any kind of weather advisory, whether it be winter or summer, animals are not to be left outside unattended, and they must be in view of a competent adult. The other factors were that the dogs had no really drinkable water due to it being so hot, and I could tell that the symptoms they were exhibiting were only going to get worse as the day went on. We were we were in the hottest part of the day, I would say, but it was just gonna continue to maybe get a tick hotter, and I obviously didn't know when an owner would be coming back home, so I couldn't in good conscience leave the dogs outside in those conditions.
Okay. So there's a provision in our animal control ordinances that address care in extreme weather conditions, correct?
Yes.
And can you tell me, is that what you relied on to remove the dogs?
Yes, when the temperature's over 90 degrees, again, the dog must be watched by a competent adult, and it also must be brought into a temperature-controlled facility.
Okay. So you impounded the dogs and then took them to the shelter. What occurred when you arrived at the shelter?
I advised the medical staff that the dogs had been left out for an unknown amount of time, but they were exhibiting signs of what I considered either heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So the medical staff immediately looked at them and took their temperatures.
And what did the medical staff basically find or report back to you?
So Ghost, again, he was the smaller dog that had the breathing problem. His temperature was 104.9, which falls in line with, when a dog's temperature hits 105 degrees, that's when they're considered to be in heat stroke territory. So he was on the verge of having a heat stroke. Gordo, the larger dog, was at 102.9, I believe. So he was quickly getting that way as well.
So the information you received from the veterinary team at the shelter confirmed that the dogs were in distress from the heat?
Yes.
Okay. And did you later, were you able to speak with the owner of the dogs?
She tried to call me when I was off duty, but she did speak with one of my officers that was on duty, and then I did speak with her the following morning.
Okay. What explanation did she provide?
She told me that she left the dogs outside because she says that they fight when they're inside, but they were in the backyard together, and she said that sometimes they tear things up. I advised her of the weather advisory that we were under and that it's due to heat, and she claimed that she didn't know it was supposed to be that hot, even though I believe we'd been under the heat advisory since the day before, and it had been hot and humid since Sunday, so.
So, ACO Goins, based on everything you observed, the weather conditions, the dog's physical condition, the condition of the water, and the vet exam, do you still believe that the dogs were in danger of suffering serious heat-related injury if they would have remained outside at the residence?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So do you have a recommendation for the board on whether or not this appeal should be granted or denied?
I think it should be denied. It seemed, there was just a lot of ignorance at play, it seems, and just the simple fact of, we all know how hot it was last week. Most of us didn't even want to be outside, let alone dogs that don't do well in that kind of heat anyway. I just don't like the excuse of, well, they tear things up or this or that. Then buy crates, then do something. It's not, that the gray dog could have passed away in that heat. And if they leave him out one day, they're going to leave him out again. So I think it should be denied.
Thank you.
I have a question. How were you notified?
A neighbor called in and said that the dogs had been outside most of the day, and she was concerned, obviously, because of the heat. And she did mention that they had water, but she said it was sitting in direct sunlight. And she said that the dogs are out all the time. Weather, doesn't really matter what the weather is.
Were they
Thank you.
tethered? Were they tethered or
No,
were
they had a
free to
chain
roam?
link fence, and they were able to roam the yard. But yeah,
No shade other than the shadow of the garage?
correct.
Close- well,
Yeah, there was a shed in the backyard with the door open, but it's gonna be hotter inside the shed than it is outside, so due to no airflow.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Erica? So Erica, I understand you are here on behalf of your cousin today, speaking on her behalf. And so if you could just go ahead and tell the board your name and then whatever you would like to tell the board on behalf of your cousin in response to what was said today.
Hello, my name is Erica Perez. I'm a representation of my cousin. I have a note. She wants sincerely apologize for this incident and take full responsibility for what happened. It was never her intention for her dogs to be placed in an unsafe situation. She understands the seriousness of the matter of deeply regret of circumstances that led to the case. Please note that this situation has never happened, will never happen again. they commit to making the necessary changes to ensure that their dogs properly supervised, cared for, and keep safe all the times. Their well-being extremely important to them, and they will do everything necessary to prevent any similar incident from the occurring in the future. I've been noting them, and they've been having Gordo for 4 years. They really take care of him. He's like a really important dog for them. Ghost, they just got it a few months ago. But I see them, they take care of them. They have the garage for themselves. They just put air conditioner for them. They have fans now. They have a couch where they can stand and lay down. That's all.
Thank you, Ms. Perez. Does the board have any questions for her?
I don't need this.
I don't either.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's everything I have.
Okay. Anybody have any recommendations or thoughts on the appeal?
I make a motion to deny the appeal.
I was going to second that.
So it's motion and a second to deny the appeal. Any questions or is there further discussion? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. So the appeal is denied. Thank you.
Ms. Perez, ACO Goins and I will talk to you for a second about what
And-
is next.